man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, we back. Shawn Porter was on Mike Coppinger's podcast. And shout out to Shawn Porter. He got a really good podcast. I like his crew. Like Shawn, they had Calvin Ford on there not too long ago. Got love for Calvin Ford. Shout out to everybody in Baltimore. But basically on this podcast, he said that basically he looking at, Errol Spence rematch, Terence Crawford, and it could have been one more other person. I can't remember who it was. Manny Pacquiao might have been, but he basically saying those 3 fights he want, and basically saying that Bud ain't got nowhere to go, and that fight gonna happen. Look here, man, I like Shawn Porter, but I'm objective, right? Shawn Porter is probably, right now, the best pure athlete at welterweight. When you talk about agility, hand speed, and the whole thing, he's a great athlete. But then again, there's just some fundamental things missing about him being able to punch. And that's just my opinion. Like, I found the screenshot, and I should have put it up here, but I seen the one great punch he threw in the Formella fight. It was he set his feet and he dug like to the liver. All right, but that's nor here nor there. I'm not here to critique his style. All right, I got respect for Kenny Porter. I got respect for Shawn. Got respect for Bomac, Bud, Saul, Reg, Bernie, Jamil, all them dudes. I'm objective, but at the end of the day, I respect anybody put them gloves on. I put them gloves on before. All right, and I didn't stick with it, but I played several different sports: golf, basketball, football. I dabbled a little bit in tennis, but I played many sports. Okay, but that shit, the training, the cutting weight, you per se cutting years off your life. All right, and these tremendous fighters. My whole thing is, like, when you had a belt, why you wasn't trying to unify? And then again, I don't think some of these fighters looking as shady as they are. I just think Al Heyman is just freezing Crawford out, so we got to go over there. It's business. Do I think Shawn Porter fight Terence Crawford? Fuck yeah. Do I think Terence Crawford will fight Shawn Porter? Yeah. If it wasn't no size of the streets and they said we had to get that fight done, they fight each other. And I think I was listening to Sound Business, and he was saying that Shawn said he see how you can beat Bud. It just took you this fight to see how you can beat him. And can Shawn Porter do it? Yeah. I could tell Shawn and Kitty how to get the job done. Shawn Porter got the punches that you need to execute the game plan. All right. The problem is he don't know how to throw. He don't know how to throw them with conviction. But them overhand lefts and rights, that's Bud's Achilles heel, especially when he in that. When Bud he got space, like I said, and you throw that punch, he gets stuck in mud. That space, but he make that adjustment not to get in that space too long. So then again, when he figure out that you throwing that shit, either he gonna get in the middle range or he gonna beat you on the inside. Or he gonna give you some lateral movement where you can't set and throw that shot. But Shawn Porter don't set his shots up. He don't sit down on his shots. Excuse me, not set him up. He don't sit down on them. So, my whole thing is Shawn Porter do got the style. Shawn Porter do got the athleticism, but I'm not sure he got the skills. I don't think he got the corner to do so. And I ain't being disrespectful. I'm just being honest. But I think with Bud, the thing about it is not getting caught in the quicksand. Not bracing for the shot. I mean, I think Bud, if the Sebastian Formella Shawn Porter show up, I think Bud can stop him, But, basically what you gain from beating Shawn Porter, or he's your first real welterweight win, that's subjective. Because if he beat Shawn Porter and do a spectacular finish him or just beat him great, then again, Errol Spence did it. Julio Diaz had it. Everything I've been saying is going to come to light. That's just my honest opinion. When you're talking about hand speed, foot speed, agility, and just pure athlete, this is the hardest athlete that Terence Crawford going to have to fight. Now, if Pacquiao was in his prime, then we'd be talking a different story. But pure athlete, hand speed, foot speed, and just all of that, this is going to be the toughest fighter he got to fight. Or he would fight on his resume. Shawn, he throw off platform. He tough. Danny Garcia, his moving and punching and not sitting on the shot, that was perfect. But my whole thing is with Shawn,
pussyfooting around. Oh, I only 3 fights I want. Like, dude, come on, say if you want the fight or don't want the fight. We don't want to hear nothing about the Errol Spence rematch. You know, you the mandatory for WBC, the mandatory for WBO. Be precise. You know, at the end of the day, I want the Crawford fight, politics, but that. Crawford is real. Oh, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight Shawn. We friends. You know, when he had a bill, yeah, I'm cool. A straight shooter. Kenny want to fight, but Shawn don't want to fight, and I get it. A fight of that magnitude, Shawn want to go beat Errol Spence, get them 2 belts, and then get jiggy with Pacquiao or Terence Crawford. I definitely get it. But, you know, this fight would be interesting in the first 4 rounds. If Shawn can have his way, Shawn can win that fight. But if Shawn can't have his way, and he show up like he did, like that Shawn Porter showed up with Formella, you know, he gonna have some issues, all right? But my whole thing with Shawn is, like, if you want to fight, don't be pussyfoot and say, I want to fight him. Like, put some pressure on him. Like, I'll come up. I'll beat him down. Now, you know, I want to fight him. You know, forget all the friendship. But like I said before, I don't think these fighters got control about who they fight next. If it was just the wild, wild west and Shawn could fight whoever Shawn wanted to fight, I think him and Terence will fight. I honestly think him and Terence will fight. You know, with all this politics, I think him and Terence should get it popping. You know, a lot of these dudes, man, they ain't no punks. They just don't control their career. Al Heyman, Bob Arum, they tell them who they can and can't fight. You know, so my whole thing is best, you know, getting these dudes a PR coach and telling them how to avoid fights. You know, not how to avoid questions. You know, you want to fight Bud? You know, I love that fight, but you know, we on 2 different sides of the street. You know, but like I said before, I think Crawford ain't getting no younger. And I think same thing for Shawn Porter. He getting older and he getting drained. It's different from Crawford. Crawford probably can still have, you know, a few more prime years left, strictly because he ain't got to worry about cutting hard weight. Shawn Porter, a guy, you know, that should be around 200 pounds playing safety in the National Football League. You know, but then again with Shawn, he an older man cutting weight. So to be honest, when you look at Shawn, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, to be honest, you know, they drain fighters that's waiting to get knocked out, to be honest. Manny Pacquiao and Crawford, and Mikey Garcia, they comfortable at the weight. I think Mikey Garcia not comfortable with being a full-fledged welterweight, but, you know, he ain't got to worry about cutting no weight. So when you talk about the comfortable weight cut fighters, Crawford probably got prime years left just straight off. I don't have to really cut hard weight. Shawn Porter, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, they're a knockout waiting to happen. You know, or they're a really bad performance waiting to happen because of the weight cut. You know, and to be honest, I think, you know, in this fight, Shawn Porter will have to really, you know, really do something in the first 4 rounds of this fight as far as clip Crawford or something of that nature. But once Crawford, you know, get his distance, or once Shawn Porter get, you know, he started jumping in reckless, this is the type of dude that's he gonna track, he gonna lock in, he gonna snipe you. So I can see him stopping Shawn Porter. I can see Shawn Porter having some success dropping him and possibly stopping him. Because you train for 8, 10, 12 weeks, who knows? One loss don't mean nothing. Sometimes guys just got your number. Sometimes it was your wrong night. See, most people don't understand what it is to physically train for 8 or 10, 12 weeks and peak on one Saturday. Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, they never did that for every fucking fight. You can fight 30 times and I guarantee you're not going to peak on fight night. And that's just the way boxing is. You know, but it's a good fight. You know, it's a fight that it should be given to the fans for free. But, you know, like I said with Shawn, I wouldn't be mad if he wanted to chase Errol Spence because I know Al Heyman won't allow him to go across the street for short change. You know, but it's a fight that is winnable. Real talk, it's a fight that's winnable. But if Crawford was to stop Shawn Porter, unless it's an injury, they'll never fight him. No, he's a good fighter. He got flaws like Shawn got flaws, but he's a dynamic puncher. You know, he's one of those dudes that, you know, I don't think he's an underrated puncher. I think people understand, like, he's a dominant puncher. And I think you didn't get the best of him at 35 and 40 because he was cutting weight. He comfortable right here at 47. Comfortable. Dynamic puncher, dynamic speed, dynamic IQ. He got the work ethic to come. Shawn Porter just lacked. He lacked the coach that showed him really how to get the most out of his skills. But hey, I love to see the fight. I pay for the fight, but I'd rather see it on free TV. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or you want to chop it up, or you want to advertise your business on the channel. Check us out. Our Facebook group, that link's in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link in there as well too. Appreciate the love. Best way to love. Share the video. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, and follow us on Sportscastr for our live streams. We gone.